Hello everybody, vanburman here. Welcome to my Game of Thrones prediction video. So, as some of you may know, I am quite keen on the Game of Thrones universe. I've got a couple of bits up here, and here. There we go. I've also got a Stark banner as well on the front door of the office as well. So, yeah, I'd say I was fairly into it. But like a lot of people, I have had my issues this season with this season as a whole, and just sort of the speed that it's developed at, mainly being one of the things, and some of the interesting writing decisions. I don't want to take anything away from some of the director, the cinematography work that's been done, because a lot of it has been incredible. Watching the making of, which I recommend you go and check out if you haven't already. Which I believe Game of Thrones put up on YouTube. So, tonight, wow, crazy, or for me in the morning, we will find out the conclusion of the Game of Thrones, and we'll find out who will sit on the Iron Throne. So, I have my prediction, and might be right, might not be. I think there's sort of a common consensus that a lot of people have come to with it. But what I think will happen is Mr. Jon Snow will end up on the Iron Throne without Daenerys. I feel as though they've tried to trick us by giving Arya a lot of screen time in the last episode, and then the trailer to say as if she's going to put Daenerys down, which might happen. Maybe she will use someone else's face, which would be interesting. But we've not seen her do any of that since she impersonated, if impersonate is the right word, Walder Frey. So, be interesting to see how that develops, how that goes. And yeah, I think we'll spend a lot of time exploring the different characters, just how sort of conflicted they are about what happened in the last episode, Daenerys burning the civilians. And I think they'll all come to the same sort of conclusion. I don't really know how Jon Snow will take it. He will almost certainly be very reluctant to do anything, and I don't think he will be the one to kill Daenerys if Daenerys does indeed die. But I do not necessarily think he'll have an involvement in it, but he perhaps may not necessarily get in the way of it happening. That's probably the best way I could put it, but that's what I think will happen. If we go through some of the main characters, I think Sansa will be in it, Bran will be in it. Brienne will be in it. I feel like the characters that haven't been written out yet will come together at the end when they do pronounce who the king or the queen is, I think. And we might get, that sort of reunion or uneasy trust. Maybe Jon Snow is very cold towards his sisters afterwards, Sansa and Arya, and it sort of leaves on that. There's that whole conflict because of what happened with Daenerys, potentially. Tyrion, I think, is a goner. Quite frankly, I think it was... I think if they don't kill him off... I mean, I know he's escaped from a lot of situations where he could have been killed off, but I feel as though he sort of has to go down if Daenerys goes down, or instead of maybe he's the one that does it. I don't know. And then we've got the interesting dynamic of how Drogon approaches everything. There's a lot of discussion I've heard about will he accept Jon as his new master, so to speak, which I'm not convinced. Maybe the dragon has to be put down. I don't know, but it's all very exciting in a way. More of a relief for me and probably for a lot of people. But I'm interested to see how it all goes down. The thing I've really enjoyed most about this season, not so much the episodes, but just the speculation around it, the theories, reading into different fan theories, taking bits from the book, taking bits from the show, the foreshadowing from earlier, and just sort of how the writers of don't know. I don't want to say they messed it up or anything, but just try to put spanners in the work. Try to go for a particular style that they haven't previously. I don't necessarily have a problem with Arya killing the Night King, but surely she probably shouldn't have killed the Night King, and maybe should have killed Cersei, and maybe they could have fulfilled the prophecy saying that she was going to be killed by her brother and that she'd die in her brother's arms with her brother. I feel like in that situation, Arya should have used Jaime's face and did it. Killed her in her arms, or I don't know, something like that. But there's been a lot of missed opportunity. I believe that the petition to redo season 8 is up to 1 million people now. And I've also heard a comment from George R.R. Martin saying that he thinks that what's happened in this last series should have been 2 series on its own. Which, I'd probably go with. But I don't know, they've obviously wanted to wrap it up and start moving on to new things. Which is a bit of a shame, but we'll see how right or wrong I am. Whatever happens, it'll be interesting to see how everything does finally end up in Westeros. And I'm going to leave it there. Let me know down below what you think is going to happen tonight. And don't know. Would say winter is coming, but winter's already come. See you next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.